loop third then. Yeah. So I'm in a different place now. I'm covered. It's a rainy, windy day, but we still want to do some activism. So let's see. There's not a lot of people, but when the rain starts, which is hopefully soon. I don't know. I think there will be a lot of people. And if not, well, I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. We'll see. Let's see. Okay. I'm just gonna set up the signs. Been working hard on those clips. Yeah, I actually made a system that works really well. I actually made a system that works really well where I can create clips a little bit faster, and everything we record, I'm gonna be making in those clips. Everything. So that's actually pretty good. Why do you always wear a hat? I just like wearing hats. I didn't used to, but I saw a friend of mine had them, and I thought, oh, that's so cool to wear hats. And I know I'm a hat wearer. I got hooked. I got hooked on the hats. Let's see if we can. As I said, you see, most of the people are in there, and I'm here. But when the rain starts, most of the people are gonna come here. English, please.
Oh, other place to stay?
Yeah, I mean.
Normally you're standing there, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's better now. It's gonna rain soon. So.
Okay.
You wanna have a conversation with me?
No, because I work here.
Ah, you work here?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
That's why I know.
Yeah, I see. That's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Have a good one. Thanks for checking in.
Bye.
He's hat guy, hat chip guy. Hey Benji, Jennifer Rooney is here. Hello. Yeah, yeah. Somebody came and asked me, "Oh, you're normally in the other place." Yeah, well, because of the, I didn't know what to do, to be honest, because it's a little bit difficult, you know. Like, look, it's so windy. It's so windy that the sign. Let's see. That the sign, well, I have to put my foot in a little bit, but it holds it, see? No hands. Ha! Magic. I am God now. Look at me, even no legs. I am God. Sorry, guys. I'm just poking a little bit of fun. Hey, you want to have a conversation with me? No? Yeah, today I'm gonna have to actually ask people if they want to have conversations with me. Because there's not so many people, probably not a lot of people will stop. I kind of feel like Jake today. You know Jake Lagatare? He always goes like, there's not a lot of people passing. I feel like there's just as many people passing by here as there where he's at. I was thinking of standing there next to that pole, but the wind is just gonna blow all my signs away. I need to find a solution also for the signs to sit properly. It's okay, we'll get there. Martin is here. Breda is here. Stuck Fart Noodle is here. Interesting name. Stuck Fart Noodle. Can you guys hear the wind, by the way? It's a wind. It's a 5. I forgot how they measure it, by what waves by the height of a wave on the sea. Something. These numbers, I think. What is this guy protesting? Well, I'm an animal rights activist, so I speak for animal rights. None of your business. Uh, that's your name, by the way. It's not that it is none of your business. It's fun with the names. Yeah. What do you love and hate about living in Amsterdam? And we're live, yeah. I'm alive a little bit earlier because it's gonna start being really shitty soon for a couple of hours. What do I love and hate about living in Amsterdam? Well, love the infrastructure, cycling everywhere. Love the supermarkets. They're in a lot of places. They're consistent. You can find a lot of great vegan products everywhere. What do I hate about Amsterdam? I don't know. I guess the weather isn't great. Hey, you want to have a conversation with me? Are you okay being live on YouTube? Is he okay being live on YouTube?
Absolutely.
Okay, I gotta get some consent from an adult then. Let me just give you a second. You wanna come here so that you're in view? What's your name?
Ollie.
Ollie?
Yeah.
I'm Chip. Nice to meet you, Ollie.
Yeah.
Where are you from, Ollie?
South Africa.
South Africa. Love it. Wow, that's a long way to be here.
Yeah.
So, Ollie, I'm an animal rights activist. I fight for the rights of animals. How do you feel about animals?
They're very cute and cool.
They're cute and cool. Do you think we should leave them alone or protect them?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, right? But do you think that when we're farming them, that means when we're using them for food, for clothing, or all this kind of stuff, we're protecting them?
Here you go.
Yeah, it's really windy, isn't it? Can you hold this for a second? I'm gonna go grab
Absolutely.
my
Oh my goodness.
It's very windy.
It's super windy. Here we are.
Oh, it's a mess. The wind is bad.
We
today.
were warned. We were warned about the wind.
We were warned. Yeah, so I was saying, sorry. When we farm animals, do you think we're protecting them?
No, not really.
Not really. Yeah. And do you think we need to do that to them? Do you think we need to farm them?
I mean, if we want to survive, yeah, probably.
Do you think we can be healthy and survive without farming animals?
Yeah.
Yeah, so then we don't need to do it then if we can be without farming them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then do you think that when we're farming them, we're being cruel to them? Because farming them will also imply killing them or controlling how many babies they have and such.
Yeah.
Don't you think that's bad to do to them?
No.
You don't think it's bad to kill animals?
Yeah, but specific animals is bad.
Specific animals is bad?
Yeah.
Why is it?
Because some of them are endangered species, and we're not supposed to do that.
Well, how about dogs? Dogs are not endangered. Is it okay to kill dogs?
No.
No. But it's okay to kill cows?
Yeah, because yeah.
Do you think that from their perspective they feel any different?
Yeah, a bit.
A bit. Do you think a dog chooses to be born a dog?
Yeah.
Yeah? How does a dog choose to be born a dog?
I don't really know.
They don't. Did you choose to be born human?
No.
No. So that just that way, a dog doesn't choose to be born a dog, and a cow doesn't choose to be born a cow. And yet we judge them based on that. We say if you're born a cow, you should be killed. If you're born a dog, you should be loved. Do you think that's fair?
No.
No. And that's all I'm saying. And
Got a lot to think about.
yeah, and we have responsibility because when we, the consumers, pay for these products, we tell the farmers, do more of this, kill more animals so that I get these products. And we always have other options.
Yeah.
Understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me give you a card. Thank you for stopping by. It's really windy. Here's a card. You have my YouTube channel over there. I'll just tell you real quick. There's a documentary there. I don't know how old are you?
9.
9. Oh yeah, it's not for kids for sure, because it kind of shows what animals go through, and it's not nice to see. But there's another speech there called the most important speech you'll ever hear, and that's something you can actually look at because there's no gruesomeness. I mean, there is partly, but you can look away when that happens.
Sometimes that's what you need to see, though.
Yeah, it's just important to know about what it is that's happening on the other side. And you know, I'm 38 now, and I wish I had found out about it way earlier. So you're young, you still have time to learn about it. Okay?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ollie, for speaking to me.
Yeah.
Have an awesome day, and you know, let's be honest. Let's be fair to animals. Okay?
Yeah.
Thank you. The wind is insane. The wind is insane, everybody. Let me see what I can do about this. My signs just flew off. Okay, let's try again with the signs. When the gusts of wind come, the wind is gonna be a dick. Honestly, I don't know how to make them stick, but We'll see. Hopefully it works. You look like a little kid. Get alive. Get alive? I think you mean get a life. And I look like a little kid? Thank you. I'm 38. That's a good sign. Hey Chippy, how you going today? Pretty good. Pretty good. It's very windy and rainy, so I might run after the signs again. Yeah. None of your business as factory farming is horrible? Well, none of your business. There was actually a study conducted on 3,000 dairy farms in Germany, and they compared the animal welfare between factory farms, essentially large farms, and small farms, to see if animals actually are worse off in a factory farm versus on a small farm. And while there were obviously differences, because on a small farm, animals tend to have more time with the farmer, animals tend to have a little bit more space. On a large farm, the welfare turned out to be actually slightly better, but insignificantly so. So I would say they were kind of similar. So if the study shows that factory farms versus small farms are the same, and when we see a factory for the animal, and when we see a factory farm, we inherently feel so bad about it, then couldn't it be that maybe small farming is just as bad? So why support any of it? Because in reality, if you were in their position, you wouldn't care if you were in a small farm, large farm, or medium farm. You would just care about the fact that somebody's controlling you and the fact that somebody's going to kill you whenever they want to. You don't know when that happens, and oftentimes it just happens as children because they kill animals as children. It makes the meat better and such. Okay, I'm still trying with the signs, everybody. Give me 1 second. Oh, I need one more thing. Okay, well, it kind of stays, I guess. Let's see, there's still gusts of wind. We'll find a way. Thoughts on Joey Carpsong's expose on the Cornwall dairy farm? It's getting good media exposure, says DJ Ara. Oh my God, I saw it, DJ Ara. It's horrible. It's just horrific. You know, I mean, what do you expect, right? Like, I wasn't expecting anything good, but it is pretty damn bad. We shouldn't be treating animals this way. We shouldn't be putting them in slaughterhouses. There really isn't that much of a difference between us and them. We just see ourselves as superior and somehow, we have power over them. And you know, unless you're like a farmer or something, if you come into these streams and you consume animal products, instead of defending what the industry does, instead of defending what's the cruelty and violence towards animals, how about you sit and think a little bit? You know, I cannot force you to do anything anyway, but you have the opportunity right here, right now, to hear some conversations with people, to hear some form of logic, and then to sit and think of it, not just instantly reject it. So be open-minded, okay? How do you know animals have a conscience? We have science for that. We have empirical evidence, plenty of it. There's hundreds of studies about it, number one. And number two, we have, based on those studies, the Declaration of Consciousness from Cambridge and the Declaration of Consciousness from New York. And they're all signed by Nobel laureates and based on plenty of empirical evidence that animals are sentient. You want to have a conversation with me? Hey, Lizzie's here, Draculum is here, a lot of cool people are here. I appreciate you guys. You guys want to try it? I do think about it and believe animals deserve to get treated well and with respect, but at the same time, eating meat is natural. Yeah, none of your business, but the thing about it is that this what you're saying right now is as if implying that because it's natural, that means it's okay. But not everything that is natural is okay, is it? There's plenty of natural things that are not okay. Rape happens in nature. It's not okay. Violence is prevalent in nature. It's not okay. We as humans don't say violence is okay. Lions, for example, when they want to show their dominance over their tribe, which is just nothing more fancy, of a fancy way of saying their group, what they do is they kill all the babies so that they can have sex with the females earlier, so they can mate with them earlier. No. All of this is natural. Something being natural doesn't make it okay. So if you feel bad about what happens to them, you know, I'm just saying you can be healthy on a plant-based diet. In fact, we have several markers showing that there's better health outcomes a lot of the times. So why even do all this? Why even support violence, oppression? It's not worth it. Where do you get your morals, logic, and critical thinking? What we do to animals is as far removed from what is natural that can be. Also that, DJR, that's also an excellent point. The reality of farming is that nothing is natural when it comes to farming. Nothing is natural. We bring them into existence. We like for dairy cows, they take these giant gloves, they put their hand in the bum of a cow to hold their cervix, and then they inject semen in their vagina. All of this, it's called artificial insemination. All of it to inseminate them so that they produce babies. Because if they produce babies, then they have milk. But wait a minute, because it's not over. The problem is that when they start making milk, of course, it's a business for them, and farmers don't want the milk to be drank by the babies. That's not why they did all this, you know? So they separate the babies from the mother. Even on the best farms, they separate them. But maybe on the best farms out there, they keep them for a little bit with them. But everywhere they separate them. And then they keep the babies separate from their mothers up until, well, they decide what to do with the babies. If the baby is born male, they either grow them and sell them for flesh. And then when I say grow them, up to a year or two, and then sell them for flesh, so they get killed young. Or they kill them directly if they're not interested or are not making money from it. If the baby is born female, well, they keep them separated for a year and a half up until they can impregnate them. And after they impregnate them, they suffer the same fate as their mothers. Every year, same thing. Artificial insemination, babies stolen and exploited for milk. And after 6 or 7 times, when they repeatedly try to impregnate them, and when they can no longer do that anymore, you want to try it? When they can no longer do that anymore, when the pregnancy doesn't stick, what do you think they do to them? They kill them. Cows can live 24 years. They kill them at 6 or 7 after they repeatedly impregnated them, after they've been cruel to them, after they've taken away their babies. They abuse them physically and emotionally. And all of this for what? For a slice of cheese. No, brother. None of that is justified. None of it is justified. At least not in my opinion. But if you have some form of justification for doing all of this to a sentient being, somebody who feels, who has emotions, who feels pain, who has a will to live, who feels love, then bring it in. Tell me the justification. I'll listen. But I think you and I both know there's no such justification. There just isn't. So don't be that person who puts them in that situation. And as much as you want to blame the system, the reality is if you're giving money to the system, you can't blame the system, can you? You can always, because you see, if you had no choice but to be in the system, I would say, hell, that's true, it's the system's fault. We got to change the system. But you have choices. You can always adopt a plant-based diet and not be in the system. You can always choose to, not support this kind of stuff. Pretty simple. boycott the system, Lizzie. Yeah, because this system depends on exploitation. Regardless of how you would want to change it, animal agriculture would always be farming an animal. Farming an animal will always be exploitative towards an animal. Just like farming a human would always be exploitative towards that human. So the only way to remove that exploitation is not to change the system. You can always try to make conditions better, make the system slightly better, but you'll end up in the same position. Exploitation. The only way to stop it is to boycott it. I eat bugs, is that okay with you? No, you can eat plants. Why would you eat bugs? A lot of bugs are sentient still, so why would you choose to inflict violence in them? What about when Rick Sanchez turned himself into a pickle? That's a cartoon, brother. That's a cartoon. What about it? You know that's theoretically impossible right now. Well, it is theoretically impossible, and I'm assuming also practical. Well, it's definitely practically impossible, as we are now, but it may also be theoretically impossible to make a pickle sentient. Because there's no place where they would store memories or have ration. I think change can only come gradually, says RG1 Whitey wins. Sure, you can agree. I can agree with you to that. Change can come gradually. Change to the system can come gradually. But you changing does not need to be gradual, does it? You changing, you calling it gradual is just, I don't know, a fear of missing out or something. It's some form of anxiety to somehow not have any health issues or something. I don't know. Well, luckily we're here to help, luckily we're here to help you change. But you yourself can stop right now and say, I'm not going to be violent towards animals anymore. I'm not going to pay for cows to have their babies stolen from them anymore. I'm not going to pay for cows to be killed after they're raped because they didn't get pregnant. I'm not going to pay for any of that anymore. I'm not going to pay for a blatant form of sexism where the women are impregnated and the men are killed. No, I'm not going to pay for that. You can choose to be that person. What's the sign say? I'm doing a social experiment, come talk to me. It's just that there's not a lot of people today here, so unfortunately. Wipara says it's not abuse. I'm sure, Wipara, if somebody was to be putting the hand in the anus of a woman and then injecting her vagina with semen, that wouldn't be abuse. Against her consent? Brother. And Wipara says it's food. Yeah, Wipara, well, then the woman has a baby. I take the baby away from her, and then I use the milk, and it's food, after all, right? Same thing. But somehow you would say that's not abuse. Well, it is abuse. Hey, Dennis, the vegan menace. You only eat plants, don't you get sick? I mean, are you asking me like viral infections? I mean, you can't control viral infections, can you? You can distance and do other sorts of things to not get viruses, but you will always get viral infections regardless of what you're eating. Or do you mean sick, like I might not get enough nutrients? Because if that's the case, no, I'm getting all the nutrients that my body requires. I'm very much okay with it. In fact, I'm working myself up to doing a deadlift PR, but I'm doing gradually, trying something new. You wanna try it? Are you okay being live on YouTube?
Huh?
Are you okay being live on YouTube?
Yeah, sure.
Give me 1 second.
Where are you on? Oh, shit, you got a lot of followers.
You wanna come here?
You're probably watching me pace all day.
What's your name?
Chi.
I'm Chip. Nice to meet you, Chi.
How you doing,
You're Chi,
Chip?
I'm Chip.
Yeah, Chi and Chip.
Chi
Just start
and
a
Chip.
podcast.
Yeah. Where are you from, Chi?
I'm from Maryland.
Maryland. Oh,
Yeah,
US. Okay.
United States, yeah.
Nice. So, Chi, do you think that the powerful should have the right to oppress the powerless?
No.
No. What if the powerful benefit from the oppression? Should they have the right to do so?
Probably not, no.
No. And what if the powerless don't realize that they're oppressed?
The powerless don't realize they're oppressed?
Yeah.
That's a good question. What do you mean by that?
I mean, maybe they're intellectually challenged, so they can't know that they're oppressed. You know, they just don't have the intellectual capacity to know that they're oppressed.
Is the question, should you
yeah,
then
should-
stop oppressing them even
Or
if they're not
the
aware of it?
question is, should you be oppressing them? Should you be allowed to oppress them because they're not aware of it?
If they don't feel harm, then maybe it's okay. But if not, then yeah, you probably should stop.
What do you mean by feel harm? It's oppression. Oppression means cruel and unjust. So should you be cruel or unjust towards an individual?
Actually, no. Yeah, you should never.
Yeah, even
do
if they
that.
don't realize
Yeah,
that.
even if they don't realize it. Because
Yeah.
just because some people like become institutionalized where they think it's like normal. So they're like, oh, this is just my life. But it's
I
like,
can give you an
no.
example if you want. Like,
Yeah,
take,
yeah,
for
yeah,
instance,
yeah,
if a
yeah.
woman passes out in a taxi
Yeah.
and the driver wants to fondle her, she may never know that
Yeah.
that happened,
Yeah.
but it would still be wrong, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so and the taxi driver should not do that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
so,
bad.
Yeah. So the powerful should not have the right to oppress the powerless. But what if
Yeah.
the powerless belong to a different category, right? Like maybe the powerful are men and the powerless are women. Would it be
Yeah.
okay to oppress them because they're in a different category?
No.
What if the category is a race? They're a different race. Should the race in power have the right to oppress a different race?
No.
No, okay. And what if the category is species? Should the powerful have the right to oppress the powerless? And by that I mean, should we humans be oppressing animals?
That's a good question. Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. But do you think that when we're farming them for products that we don't actually need, we're oppressing them?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. And I appreciate that. And do you happen to support this system of oppression towards animals?
No,
No? Are you vegan?
I'm not vegan.
You're not vegan, so you are
Yeah.
buying animal products, right?
Yes, at the moment, yeah.
At the moment. Do you think you need to buy these products?
That's something I've been thinking about a lot recently. If meat's something I can live without, because like I have plenty of muscle, so I don't know how much protein
I also have plenty of muscles.
I really need. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I
But
feel
you can
like,
get all the protein you want.
yeah,
from a
exactly, from like
plant-based
chickpeas
diet.
and
Yeah.
like stuff
Well,
like
maybe
that.
not chickpeas are not the best source of protein, but tofu,
yeah,
tempeh,
like
soy,
tofu,
soy
yeah.
chunks are like 50% protein.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can definitely get all the protein you want. So if you were to find out that you don't need to pay for any animal products and you know that behind animal products there is oppression, don't you think you should not support it anymore?
More or less. Yeah.
More or
I'd say
less?
so. Yeah.
Why is it more or less?
Why is it more or less?
Yeah.
I mean, in this world, I feel like there's just a lot of things that could be like a lot better and that we should probably change and do without. But I take the approach of like take it day by day, one step at a time, and try to push things in the right direction. Because like a lot of the things we do are very like deeply woven into like our society. So if like someone were to live a very moral and righteous life, that might end up in them not being able to literally live. Like it's like, okay, like you need to make money, but you don't want to exploit anyone, which leaves you with a certain amount of jobs, and then from there you can only have a certain diet, and maybe you can only interact with people who are also on this for lack of a better term, moral high ground. And then like the more it's like it almost becomes a form of oppressing yourself in the pursuit of not oppressing other.
Not if the choice is
people.
readily available, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So if the choice
Yeah.
if the choice
Yeah.
is not, like, let's say it requires 5% more effort
Yeah.
for the other choice, which you wouldn't be oppressive,
Yeah.
which wouldn't be oppressive, then surely you should have some form of moral obligation to make that choice, right?
Yeah.
I understand if it's like, as you said, it would be so much more difficult to do it.
Yeah.
But if it's not, right, it's
Yeah.
should
I
be
mean, a lot of it is what's the word? Psychological too. It's not like literally speaking, yeah, like very easy, just eat this, not that, but like some people have like different anxieties and mental states, and like just changing a little thing in routine can again like change their whole just how like their body functions. Is
But
it
it can
fair?
change also
No.
for the better, right?
Yeah. I mean, in the long term,
Yeah.
long term, it's always better. But there's
Yeah.
always this short term pain, which yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely with you on like everything you said. I just like to provide some pushback, but no, yeah, honestly.
So let me
I'm
ask you
more
this,
on- yeah,
because if we
more on your
recap,
side, yeah.
you agree that it is oppressive what we do to animals.
Yeah.
You agree that when we buy these products, we are supporting a form of oppression.
Yeah.
So, do you think that then consuming animal products or buying animal products is wrong?
Without thinking about it too much, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then, what do you want to do about this going forward?
More stuff like this, just talking about it, spreading awareness. Because again, change doesn't happen overnight. But like maybe like I have this conversation with you, I have it with a friend, I have it with a friend. I think about it more and more. It's like like yeah, maybe I can live without meat, or like something comes up in society that like I didn't give much attention to. Hear about it more and more, and then maybe it's not overnight. Maybe it's a year, 2 years, but after hearing about it more and more, you're like, you know what? Yeah, maybe today is the day to make a change.
But let me ask you this, because oppression is an injustice, isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
So imagine that you are speaking to somebody who's beating their wife every single day.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, dude, that's wrong. You
Yeah.
can't do that. They feel pain. It's wrong. They don't want that to happen to them. And you just keep having these arguments, and the person's like, oh, you're right, it's wrong. And I think I'll start thinking about it. I'll have more conversations, and maybe one day I'll stop beating her.
Yeah.
Is that the right what that individual should do, or should that individual say, no, I need to stop right now?
I mean, yes, they should say, yeah, I should stop today.
Yeah,
but-
because it's. I understand that from our perspective, it seems like a drastic change. It seems like something radical. Oh, it's such a big change, and maybe it kind of is, right? You're changing your whole diet after all, but. And not just diet, by the way, because it's about clothing, entertainment, all this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
But on the other side, every time we make this choice to buy an animal product, an innocent animal, it gets put to a slaughterhouse for us. And it's not the animal that suffered for that product, but the next one, because in order to replace that product, they have to kill another animal. And it becomes this cycle. So if we realize that it is wrong, and I do agree with you that you do need to have these conversations, you do need to think, and do need to do your research. But do you think that while you do your research, it's important for you to no longer participate in this injustice?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I appreciate you, man. You seem like a smart person. So I'll do this, like
Me
I
too,
like
yeah.
it.
Yeah, no, this is a very interesting conversation. I'm glad I decided to stop over here.
How long are you in Amsterdam for?
I have no idea. I'm just taking life day by day.
Just taking life day by day. I
Yeah.
like your approach.
Yeah.
There are a lot of cool vegan restaurants in Amsterdam, man. There's one called Vegan Sushi Bar.
Yeah.
Amazing. And if you want some really good street food, I think it's called Mr. Blue. It's somewhere in West. If you find that, they have the best smoothies and some really good wraps.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'll just let's just do this. There's a documentary here called Dominion, which shows what animals go through. Can you promise me you'll watch that?
Yeah, I can do that.
It appears on top when you scan this QR code. And until you do that, do you think you can adopt a plant-based diet until you do that?
I think I can. I think
you,
I
man.
can.
So, man,
Yeah.
you seem like an awesome dude. You also
Yeah.
have my social media there. If you have any questions or anything, don't hesitate.
I
to
accept
call
the
me.
challenge. Yeah.
Dude, you're awesome. I appreciate
Yeah.
it. Not a lot of people are as open-minded as you. Like a lot of people, they just become defensive when I have this
Yeah.
conversation with them.
No, I mean, I've been thinking about just cutting like protein, not even just meat, but just protein in general. Just, I feel like I think like in America, they recommend that you need like 2 grams of protein for pound of weight you have. And I always felt like that was like too much anyway.
You can
So-
definitely get that also on a
Yeah,
plant-based
but I
diet
don't even
also.
think a human even needs that much protein, honestly.
I mean,
I don't know. I'm biased because like I have like really tight muscles. So I'm like, I think I might have like lifted way too many weights and stuff when I was a kid. So yeah,
that's pretty
just-
good. How much do you weigh?
like 200 pounds.
200 pounds. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to like the 70s.
Okay.
Yeah,
And-
I'm tired. Yeah, people are trying to get more muscles. Like I'm tired of this shit, man.
Do you deadlift
I
and stuff?
Yeah, I could deadlift like 500, squat
Fuck
400.
yeah, dude, that's fucking strong,
No,
man.
it
You're
sucks.
strong.
No, don't try that shit at home.
500. Let's see.
Don't try that at home.
I think
yeah.
my max deadlift is 415 something.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I was about to say as a vegan too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's not. That's.
Yeah.
There's no problem. You can be strong as
Yeah.
on a plant-based diet. You can all you gotta do is just make sure you're eating enough because most people,
Yeah.
because plants, they contain fiber, and
Yeah.
fiber makes you feel full faster.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna be eating, so you're gonna be feeling full, and you're gonna feel like, oh, I don't need to eat more. So if you want to lose weight, it's the perfect thing.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to lose weight, you gotta make sure you eat a little bit more because you're gonna
Yeah.
be feeling full faster.
No, yeah, you definitely need more calories, but yeah, the protein thing, like, yeah, I was about to say, you're deadlifting like 415 without eating any meat. Like, yeah, that's the thing. Like, just growing up, you'd think like, okay, you need to eat like a bunch of chicken and rice to like be able to do stuff like that. But then, yeah, you run into guys like you. It's like, I do it like that.
No problem
meat.
at all.
And I have a friend. He's think he's I forget what his religion is, but his religion doesn't allow him to eat meat either, and he's one of the biggest like power lifters I know too. So
There you go.
yeah, so yeah, just again, just these conversations, like letting people know, like, hey, like, because it'll be one thing if it was like, hey, like, you're gonna have to cut meat, it's gonna make you weaker, but it's for the better society. But like, this is not even that. It's even like, no, like, it might actually improve like your health results.
I do
like,
have better endurance. since
Yeah,
being
I
vegan.
believe you. Yeah,
So-
your cholesterol is probably a little better too.
Oh, of
like,
course. There's one thing here I forgot to tell you. It's called Challenge 22.
Yeah,
They hook you up with a nutritionist. They send you recipes every day, and they help you go vegan for free.
yeah,
So if you need help with your nutrition, you have help also with your nutrition.
yeah. Awesome. No, this is great. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna look into all of this, man. Yeah.
I appreciate you,
Appreciate
man.
what you're doing, bro.
You're awesome, Chief.
Yeah,
Have
yeah.
a good one.
You
Cheers.
too.
Chi. You know, doing the name justice. Chi. Awesome, dude. Great convo with legit dude. Yeah, Laura. Thank you. Thank you for the support, Laura. That's awesome. Yeah. Good guy. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like this is what we want. You know, conversations where people open their mind. Like this is the best we can hope. I think at the end of the day, right? Somebody where we have conversations with them, and then they're like, yeah. I'm not defensive. He went through it. He did say, well, maybe there's a little bit others than what we went through, and that's okay. You know, that's what we want. We want people to think for themselves. You don't just want people to follow. Man, this weather is bamboozling me. Now it's sunny. Hey everyone, thank you for being here. If you're enjoying the stream, remember to hit that like and subscribe. Those numbers just mean something to me. It's a psychological thing that when I get home and I see bigger numbers, I'm like, yeah, I did something. Of course, it doesn't really mean anything, but you know, maybe you're enjoying the stream and you want to subscribe. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm back. Bamboozled. Yeah, Linda, I've been bamboozled with this weather. It's still it's still very windy, but now it's sunny. This is what I'm talking about. Amsterdam is a bamboozling type of weather, and I'm sure in 10 minutes it's gonna rain again. Lol, even y'all's insults are lame. Vipara, you know, I'm not interested in insulting anybody. I'm actually interested in having conversations with people and, you know, getting them to understand. And if maybe you're in this position where you want to insult me because I challenge your views or something, that's fine. You can insult me. But, you know, at least listen to the argument, okay? Insult me, but listen to the argument, because that's what we're here to do. Linda says rainy and gray here. Yeah. What is the difference between killing a plant to eat and killing an animal to eat it? Well, herbal. Animals are sentient, plants are not. That's the difference. It's as simple as that. And keep in mind that when you're killing an animal to eat, when you're bringing an animal into existence, you're also killing a lot more plants in the process, right? Because the animal had to be fed plants, because we fed plants. A plant is sentient? No, plants are not sentient, no. They don't have a central nervous system, they don't have a brain, and sentience is an emerging property of brains and or central nervous system. Plants have neither, so they can't be sentient. It's just as simple as that. But if you think that they can, you're welcome to provide evidence for it. What's your stance on hunting for food, not sport? Well, if it's optional food, it's the same as sport. It's nothing. I'm not for hunting. Why would I be for inflicting violence because you want to eat their flesh? It's the same thing. It's the same thing as buying a product from the store. It's exactly the same thing. Benji, I see you timing people out. Make sure you're timing the right people out, okay? Not everybody who asks a question or is a little bit triggered, because people will get a little bit triggered in these conversations. But I appreciate you I know you do a great job. Oh shit, is this the UK? Sorry, Italo. This is not the UK, brother. Dandelion gum, but you know that dandelion gum. I said food and exercise only. Well, food can still be optional, you know? Would it be okay for me to kill pigeons for dessert? No, because I don't need to have dessert, and I don't need to kill pigeons as a dessert. I can eat something else as a dessert. Would it be okay for me to kill an animal to eat their flesh? Not if I have another option. Just like it would not be okay for me to kill a dog to eat their flesh if I have other options. Just like it would not be okay for me to kill a human and eat their flesh if I have other options. Simple as that. Dave Gonaway says I'm an atheist. Me too, Dave. Welcome. I'm also an atheist. I'm an agnostic atheist because there's no way of knowing if there is a God. But even if there was, I'm pretty sure it's not what we describe it as. You're an atheist, that's why? Thank you. Being an atheist is actually a sign of intelligence, if you ask me, because you just don't buy into the whole nonsense. Because there's so many contradictions in religion. But I'm here to speak about animals, not religion. So I always end up derailing it and speaking about religion because I really genuinely hate what religion does to people. Like, it just creates zombies out of people. It creates them, well, they don't really understand morals. They don't really think about it. They just accept them from whatever their religion says. And it's not even from what their religion says they are. It's from what some interpretation of it is. Hey, you want to have a conversation with me?
Absolutely.
Are you okay being live on YouTube?
Yes, I'm okay.
Okay, love it. You want to come here so that you interview? What's your name?
Sebastian.
Sebastian, I'm Chip. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Chip. Nice to meet you.
Where are you from, Sebastian?
I'm a local kid here from
You're
Amsterdam.
a local kid here? Love it. Sebastian, I'm an animal rights activist. I fight for the rights of animals. Do you think animals should have rights?
Absolutely.
What rights would you say animals should have?
Well, pretty much the same rights as humans.
Yeah. Do you think animals should have the right to live free of human exploitation?
Yes, absolutely.
Do you think that when we're farming animals, we are exploiting them?
Yes, it
Yeah.
could be friendlier, like a hell of a lot friendlier. Like,
Is there any friendly way to farm a human?
well, no, of course not.
No. So,
No.
so could there
Well,
be a
that's
friendly way?
the conflict always, of course.
Yeah.
So, it's because it's always been there.
Yeah.
I always think in a certain way, if you can catch it with your hands, it could be our food, because a lion's not going to be a vegetarian, you know.
No, but the lion doesn't have options. We do, right? So even if we can kill an animal with our bare hands, it would still be wrong to do so if we have the option not to.
Well, in a
right?
certain way, although what I just said is what I completely stand for. In the meantime, I don't understand why we eat like fish, for
Yeah.
instance, because if you do it in a certain way, like animal-friendly way, like you just wait till the animal dies and you then consume it, I think in a certain way that I'm okay with it,
But
because
still controlling the breeding process, just to be clear.
well, in a certain way, because the planet is a certain way, we have to control it, or else.
But I mean, specifically for farms, it's not like controlling when like saying you're not allowed to breed because there's too many of us or something, and it's for the benefit of the environment. In farming, they bring them into existence. Farmers control the breeding process, and by that I mean they
Yeah.
force them to breed.
And the worst thing is actually why I think if you would ask the question in a certain way, like I think a lot of people who are consuming like animal meat, they don't think about the animal. They think it's a bite.
True.
They just have a happy place in their mind, and they think this is just something I consume, and they don't see the picture of a really nice cow or a really nice chicken.
Yeah.
They just consume it anyway.
Yeah.
In Dutch, we have a word for consume. It's consumeren, and mere. That means like more. So
Like
we
that.
should like consume less. That's actually what it should be about.
Yeah.
I think that's the first step,
Yeah.
and we should quit all-you-can-eat restaurants. We should quit fish farming, because you're cleaning up the ocean to feed the fish.
And 80% of the plastic that we find in the ocean, it's from the fishing industry.
There you go. I had the privilege once to be in Hawaii,
Yeah.
and I had a conversation there with local people, and they say like, yeah, we actually fly in our fish. I was like, you're in the middle of the ocean. Like, how in the hell are you doing that? So like, well, humanity is killing everything. And then I was like,
Oh wow.
it's far away from everything. And how in the hell are there net fish over there? So that's something we really need to think about.
You know what? Sorry to interrupt you there. One interesting thing we humans do is we go to marginalized communities, like people who live on islands. They're split countries that are poor and live on islands.
Yeah.
We, like rich countries, pay them because they're poor countries, and then they go there, they overfish, they remove all the population of fishing. But instead of using that fish for the rich countries, for the people to eat at least,
Yeah.
what they do is they take that fish and then they farm salmon with it, so that
Yeah.
people eat salmon.
It really is insane. Actually, I learned that when I had also the privilege to be at some place in the world, in the Philippines. Actually, I thought in the first hand, I thought like farm fishing. I was like, hey, that sounds actually really good, because then you can populate it. You don't over. If you like have a net and you clear the ocean. I was like, hey, now you know exactly what's in the little container.
Yeah.
But then somebody told me like, no, this is actually the devil. And then I thought like, oh wow, because they're feeding it from everything else. And it's really, but it's in a lot of things. We have a really good program here. on television, and they found out that in Thailand, if you would cut out a eyeball of a shrimp, he gets super fertile. So he will be like super
That's
fertile. And I was like,
horrible.
how in the hell did we come up with this stuff? Like, why in the hell are we still eating that? And that's the thing as well. Like, if you in a certain way populate it on land,
Yeah.
I think in a certain way, of course, with the feelings of the animal like aside, but I mean, like, we don't know what's in the water. Like, it's not our nature to eat that because we can't catch it with our hands. There's so much.
It doesn't really matter. I don't. I tend to not appeal to nature too much because reality is we're surrounded by artificial things all the time, and something being natural doesn't necessarily make it good, and something being artificial doesn't make it bad.
Like,
right?
it's just sad that everybody's dumb. Like, humanity became really dumb. It's because
Yeah.
of fast food. It's because of that we binge watch. It's because we are becoming very, very
We're
dumb
becoming
people.
comfortable in our own dumbness, isn't it? We're becoming comfortable in
As
the-
long as you sleep good.
As
As
long
long
as-
as you
yeah,
sleep good. And that's
yeah.
the thing. Because it's just very, very sad. Like, the stuff that we're eating, it's not the stuff that we eat. It
Yeah.
says something on the label, like, hey, you're eating this, but it's not even in it. The same program. It's actually they check, like, it's a very awesome program. They actually call up, like, it says something regular that we eat, and they call, like, the people who make it, like, hey, so how do you make it? The people go like, oh well, I'm not sure, because what is the gluten and how do you get the gluten in the thing? And people pick up the phone and going to be like, oh well, yeah, and mostly a bunch of bull
Yeah.
who comes out of it. So people don't even know, even if they manufacture it, they don't even know what they're selling. So that's we should learn more about what we
So
stuff
I
in
want
our
to
faces.
I want to discuss one thing specifically today with you, Sebastian, because you're Dutch and I'm assuming you consume cheese, right?
Yes, I do.
Do you know what?
Yes, I do.
What happens to dairy cows for the production of milk? Like,
Yes,
let's just go
I do.
through the whole process.
Yeah, it's they take it out of the stomach of a lamb, of a small cow.
So they have to impregnate cows, right?
Strepsil, yeah, that's what
So
they call it.
so they first of all they have to impregnate cows in order for the cows to produce milk, right?
Yeah.
That's the first thing, because cows do not produce milk on their own. They have
Absolutely.
to
Yeah.
have a baby.
Yeah.
What the babies are separated from their mothers. Do you know why they do that after when they're born?
Yeah, for the whole, like, to feed all the mouths and to create like an overpopulation of milk and cheeses, etc.
Well, they separate the baby from the mother so that the baby doesn't drink the milk, so that we can take as much milk
Oh,
as we
okay,
want
yeah,
from
yeah.
the cow. If the baby is born male, they either grow them to 2 years or 3 years and then send them to slaughter, or they kill them directly, or as it so happened in the Netherlands it was 5 years ago, the NOS.nl
Yeah.
found that on 80% of the dairy farms they were letting them starve to death because it
Yeah,
was the
that's-
cheapest solution.
What the hell are we doing?
Yeah.
Whoever came up with this idea but people who consume it don't know that.
They don't.
And if they do, they probably would eat less.
And to tell you this, because if they're born female, they impregnate them. They do the same thing as they do to their mothers when they can. They
Yeah,
impregnate
it's
and take
terrible.
the
But
babies.
people who eat it, they think it's a bite. It's just beef. It's a sirloin steak, you know. And it's that they don't think it's Berta 23 who had a life. That's the thing. Actually, I know quite a little bit because my sister is an activist animal as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
For animal rights. So actually, I grew up with her being passionate about, like, you know, all that stuff, as well
Yeah.
as certain shampoos you use that has been tested on animals. Like, that never got into our houses anymore. So, but it's just, if you know it, you know it. If you don't know it,
You don't.
you're just an imbecile
And
who
I
follows
cut-
the system.
I wouldn't call them people necessarily imbecile. The reality is that
I'm
these
very like that's
industries-
the Dutch way of directness. Like,
Yeah, I love
call
it.
it.
I love it.
I just call it how it is.
It's just that I believe that these people are sadly victims of the system, because animal agriculture and all of these industries, they invest a lot of money in you as knowing as little as possible. They invest a lot of money in showing a particular image to people so that people believe it, right? The
Yeah.
happy cow on the grass.
Yeah.
What do you mean? They're having a nice life. The fact is that even the dairy cows get killed at the age of 6 or 7. They can live 24 years, so they get killed when they can no longer get pregnant.
Yeah.
Like, we treat them like objects at the end of the day, right? And
What do you think about it? Like the whole thing with the people who are like extremely into egg whites and stuff like that for the gym, and they want to be really muscular and chicken.
I was like that. I was like that.
But how do you feel about that now? Because that's actually something that brings mass production on, because we don't even need it.
It's useless.
We don't need
We
to
don't
look
need
like
it.
this, because we never look like that ever.
I mean, if you want to build muscle, that's fine, but you can do it on a plant-based diet. You don't need to do any
Exactly,
of this,
but a lot
right?
of people are like, just look at any, like, I don't, but look at any influencer who will bring up the subject.
Yeah.
They will just destroy something even better, like worse, like.
Yeah, they always say what chicken, broccoli, and rice, right? That's what they always say to
Yeah.
eat. The reality is you can have so many alternatives, and on a plant-based diet is chicken, broccoli, and rice are so bland also, but on a plant-based diet, you could be eating so much better, like in so much greater.
But sometimes
fast
even
and
in
get
that matter,
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that people don't know. Like I'm not sure. Do you eat avocado?
I don't, because I don't like them, but I know the environmental impact of avocados. I
Because
know
they need to
there's-
fly in, like for
Yeah.
instance, to Los Angeles. That's something that I picked up once. So I'm not really I don't know the source really.
Yeah.
But they fly in like a billion of bees to LA just to make the avocado grow.
Yeah.
And then I was like, and then they eventually all pass out, like they all like die.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's actually, and they're very, very important for our whole like ecosystem.
Yeah. So
And they don't know that what it brings in process.
yeah, so avocados are actually just another victim of the system because they bring in
Soya,
bees that
stuff
are
that you're-
they
yeah.
bring honeybees, right?
Yeah.
The bees that they grow for honey, and they get more money out of them by bringing them in, as you say, to fertilize the avocados. Reality is, avocados should be one of those fruits that we should have way less of, and we should let natural fertilization happen sometimes. Or if we make it, don't use animals instead. Like I'm assuming we can build some form of fertilizer without using bees in this situation.
Like honey. Like
Yeah.
if you are sick and you use like a full spoon of honey for your tea. That's the life work of like a dozen bees.
Exactly.
And then, but people don't know it. So they think, oh, it's just something that that Maya the bee just, made from love for us. Well, that's a bunch of bull as well.
And Sebastian, I appreciate everything you're saying, but do you think you have some responsibility in the system continuing?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But first, like I eat vegetarian 3 times a week. Could be way more, of course. But I'm a hypocrite too. Like,
But why
really-
not stop? Like you live here, you have so many good options here. Why
Well, in
choose
a
to
certain way,
continue?
like because of my sister, she's a vegan, like
Yeah.
hardcore all the way. And sometimes
Love
she
her.
needs to take like supplements of B12 and stuff like that because of the humans we became, we kind of need it now. So we
But
need
B12
to.
is biologically needed by all animals. Yet, no mammal produces B12, right? Cows don't produce B12, chickens don't produce B12, but
it's-
yet we get it from them. Do you know how that happens?
Probably something really messed up.
So normally B12 was we as humans would get it when we would eat fruit or we would eat things that had some form of dirt on it, but because of our
Cleaning,
cleaning
yeah.
up and because of our messing up with the earth,
Well, the cleaning up things makes us older as well. So it's sometimes really hard. There's always a pro and a con.
yeah,
in a
no, for
certain way,
sure.
yeah.
But what happens there is the bacteria that produces B12 is no longer as prevalent, so we no longer get it from any other
we just
source.
messed up the system.
Yeah, so animals also don't get it, but farmers, even if you look on the Dutch Dairy Association, you'd see that 10% of what cows are fed is vitamins and nutrients. So actually,
Yeah.
B12 is fed to the cows, and it's not like they feed B12 to the cows because they're afraid of a deficiency or something, because the cow gets killed way before a deficiency symptom sets in.
As
They
well,
just feed them
yeah.
so that you get the B12.
As well, like I was in a restaurant in the States once, and I see on the left side, I see meat, fish, blah blah blah, and I see on the right side, I see the same dishes,
Yeah.
but then a little bit more expensive. And I was like, what the? I was like, so why is this more expensive? And then he said like, well, the right page, that's the animals who get grass fed. And then I said to them like, what do the other animals eat? Like, I don't know, but tell me. And then they
Corn
said like,
and
yeah,
soy,
corn
yeah.
and stuff. And I was
Yeah.
like, because I believe that in this country, we feed them grass, and that's I don't know, because that's you're saying no, because in a certain way I thought like in
60%.
my country that's better, but it's not. It's all like polluted. It's all like a very, very bad system.
So it's 50% grass and 40% corn and soy, and then 10% vitamins. That's
To make them more fatty, so we like them steak better.
they have to
or-
grow faster, right?
Yeah,
Like corn
exactly.
and soy
Yeah.
has a lot of protein, so it helps them grow faster.
Once again, what are we doing?
Yeah, but even if we did feed them 100% grass, the reality is, even in that situation, we would still have an option where we wouldn't need to farm them, right? Because if you think about it conceptually, like, would you buy dog milk or would you buy dog meat?
Well, once again, I saw dog meat once in Vietnam, and it scared the hell out of me because we're dog lovers.
Yeah.
Well, we don't need dogs because we
Yeah.
love them, and especially a cow is a very nice animal. You know?
Yeah, and the thing about it is, when it comes to granting them rights to not exploit them or use them, it's not about how we feel about them, because I may not like you, I may not like somebody else. It doesn't mean I should have the right to exploit and kill them, or it doesn't mean that my morals all of a sudden say it's okay to exploit and kill somebody who I don't like. It's strictly about what their perspective is. And do you think that if you send a cow to a slaughterhouse, is it that much different than sending a dog to a slaughterhouse? Like, from their perspective?
Yeah, we both know the answer.
Yeah, it's not. And that's the thing that I want to have these conversations
Or
about.
as the wind will go.
Oh no, I think it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. And that's the thing that I want to have conversations with people, because you, Sebastian, you have a responsibility in this matter. And,
Absolutely.
And you know, if I want to ask you this final question, that's a difficult one. How many more animals should be exploited and killed for you from now on?
Yeah. Rather none.
You'd rather not. You can do that today. You
Yeah,
can
I know.
You can just adopt a plant-based diet. You can just not wear their skin. All of this you can do.
I know.
So let me give you a card. Your sister sounds like a cool person.
She is actually a better person.
So there's a documentary here called Dominion. I'm sure your sister knows about it. It appears on top
Probably.
when you scan this QR code. You also have a thing there called Challenge 22. They hook you up with a nutritionist. They send you recipes
Yeah, that's
every day.
good. That's
They help you go vegan for free.
I will look into this.
But can you promise me you'll watch Dominion? Or I think you
I will
might,
watch them both because
you
I
might-
think it's something I just that's my responsibility for the world.
you'll really like the most important speech ever here. I strongly think that you'll love that one. Give that a watch. And then until then, can you not consume any animal products until you watch it? Can you do that?
I know my food is already prepped, so probably it's going to be.
Just
having-
don't demand more. Let's put it this way. Can you
I'll
do
try.
that?
I'll try.
I appreciate it.
Thank
man.
you so much.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Cheers. You have my social media also there if you want to. Cheers. Alexandra's here. Alexandra's here. I saw Alexandra. Hello, Alexandra. And hello, everybody else. I hope you're enjoying the conversations we're having today. This is some pretty good guy, you know. I've actually, when I was in UK now. Wow, you look old. Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, I am. I'm 38. What do you mean? But I always looked older than I am. You know, that's just it's a pitfall of how I am. It's because genetically I have these. You see these things under my eyes which make me look like that. And I'm also losing hair, as you see. You know, I don't have a lot of hair. Well, that's just who I am. You know, I can't change my genes. All I can do is do better by others. All I can do is be healthy for myself and be who I am. I'm 29 and people ask if I'm still 18. Congratulations, Papa John. You know, genetics matter a lot in these type of situations. You wanna have a conversation with me?
Yes, yes.
Are you okay being live on YouTube?
No.
But you're gonna have to turn off the music.
Enough.
Turn off the music. What's your name?
Hello, my name is Kevin,
I'm Chip. Nice to meet you, Kevin. Where are you from?
Barcelona.
Barcelona. Kevin, I'm an animal rights activist. I fight for animals. Do you think animals should have rights?
No.
No? Okay.
Little
That's
bit
okay. That's
English.
okay. Have a good one. Cheers. Sometimes we have a language barrier. There's nothing we can do about it. I started mocking you and now I like you, says Ryan. Thank you, Ryan. Sometimes people start the other way. Sometimes people they like me and then they start mocking me. It's a mixed bag. I'm a mixed bag. I'm a mixed bag type of person. The sun is coming in my eyes. Such a dick weather. I'm 22 and look 36. There you go. Ever since I was 18, I started losing my hair since I was 18. Well, not 18, maybe 20, something like that. And I remember being so depressed about it. I remember being so sad about it. I remember saying to myself, oh, this is why people don't like me. I'm ugly. You know, I just started having a lot of body dysmorphia and feeling very bad about myself. All for losing hair. It sucks. But, you know, I'm okay now. Give me a second, the signs are. I did therapy. I did a lot of therapy. I started therapy around that age, 22, 23. And I learned that it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I looked older for my age. So what was it that I could do? When I would go out, there were people laughing at me. It just kind of sucks, you know? I don't know why people are so cruel about how people look like. Stop judging people by how they look like. Judge people by what they do. Judge people by their actions, not by what they look like. You can't choose how you look like, can you? I mean, how can I choose to be... If I were to choose to be better looking, you think I wouldn't choose to be better looking? What does the sign say? My sign says I'm doing a social experiment, come talk to me. Fortunately, it's mirrored because the YouTube app mirrors everything. But yeah, you can actually choose. Papa John Wick says you can choose to be handsomer. Okay, Papa John Wick, you do you then. You choose. I could not choose. I was not in that position to choose. And if your whole argument is that, well, if you were to eat animal products, you would look better, brother. I don't think oppressing innocent animals is justified to get for vanity. It just isn't in my position. Bro, I'm vegan. Okay. It's okay. That's lovely. I'm happy you're vegan. That's perfect. I'm angry you're starting to convert me. Ryan, I'm not converting anybody over here. There's no converting here. It's just logical and critical thinking. We're trying to, get people to understand this idea that all these animals, they're like our dogs, they're like our cats. They have emotions, they have feelings. Every single day they feel love, they feel anxiety, they feel all the things we feel. They think, they have desires. They understand justice and injustice. It's insane. You give one of them one treat and you see the other one will be like, what the fuck, give me a treat. They understand injustice. They understand this concept. And what do? We say, trust me. We feed them, we give them shelter, and we say, trust me. And then we send them to slaughter, or we kill them ourselves. We take away their babies. All of it for products we don't need, because that's the worst part of it. It's all of it for nothing. All of it for optional products. Do some of them taste good? I'm not going to deny that some meat tastes good or that some cheese tastes good. That just doesn't justify the oppression. You want to have a conversation with me?
Hi.
Are you okay being live on YouTube?
Pardon?
Are you okay being live on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to come here so that you can view?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Kazi.
Kazi, I'm Chip. Nice to meet you. Where are you from, Kazi?
I'm from Bangladesh.
Bangladesh. Love it. I actually met a Bangladesh person in London a couple of days ago. Lovely person.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so I'm an animal rights activist. I fight for the rights of animals. Do you think animals should have rights?
100%.
100%. And at the top of your head, what rights do you think animals should have?
We should take care of them. Like in third world country, we don't treat them properly the way you do it in here.
Yeah.
So we should have enough awareness to each and every places, and they couldn't talk. They couldn't tell you anything about it.
They can't.
So, yeah, so you have to feel the pain of them. When you have a fever, you can tell your mom and dad. They cannot.
They cannot.
Even in the COVID time, what we have done, like we go out and try to feed these animals because 40, 50 days, nobody was out on the street. So they couldn't get any food or anything on that. So I think we should take extra care about it. In our religion, 50, 60 times they mention because they cannot talk, you have to take care of them. So this is our most responsible thing, I think.
Yeah, so I assume you're thinking about cats and dogs, right?
Yeah.
Do you think cows, chickens, pigs deserve the same consideration?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because we are slaughtering them without saying a single thing about it.
And do you think we need to do this to them? Do you think we need to slaughter them?
No, to be very honest. But in other sense, like I do believe that, the way people are growing, the population are growing, we have no choice, but we should start right now.
What do you mean we have no choices? And we
Like,
need to kill them in order to feed everyone?
No, it's not like that. What I'm trying to mean, like a country like us, we don't have enough ponds, enough lands and all. So what we do, we grow these cows and other thing and we feed the people. Poor people cannot have because the cheapest food is meat for them. So we have to organize something for them which will cover up their things. Then we can encourage them not to do that. Because hunger is the very bad thing. When you're hungry, you have no equation, you have nothing in your mind. You're like an animal as well.
But do you think that these animals, we grow food to feed them?
Pardon?
Do you think we grow food to feed these animals?
Of course, why not? Otherwise, how are we gonna treat them equally like others?
So do you think we should just stop growing animals? Do you think we should just stop bringing them into existence?
Not really, because God has created this world to balance it. Without animals, you cannot.
But
be
is it
able to-
balanced to farm animals?
No, no,
No.
no.
But when we farm them, we bring them into existence.
Yeah.
And we kill them.
Yeah.
And in that whole process, we have to grow a lot of plants
Mhm.
in order to feed them.
Mhm.
And we could grow plants and feed the people directly. And we would grow more plants, more calories, more protein, and we could feed more people out of it. Like there was
Absolutely. It's a big question. To be very honest, even the plant has a life. You cannot
but they're
cut
not,
it them.
they're not a someone, you know?
Yeah.
Like a plant has a life, but they're not, they're like a bacteria. They're just there are a lot of there's a lot of cells in there that communicate with each other, that do this amazing thing. Like trees are amazing, right? And
Yeah.
I'm not advocating for just killing plants because you want to, but when it comes to choosing between killing a group of cells or killing somebody, because an animal is a someone, they have a sentience, they have a thinking, they feel, I would say always I would choose to kill the group of cells other than someone.
Yeah, I
right?
fully agreed on this point with you. So we should each and everyone, and social responsibility is a big thing now. We should start from the age of 4 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, then only we will do that. In my age of 58, if you ask me to do something, I will think in a different manner. But if we can give their social responsibility in the age of 3, 4, and 5, eventually that will help the whole world.
But do you think that you yourself still has the responsibility if you pay for animal products?
Oh yes, absolutely, I do. I shouldn't do that
You shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
What is keeping you from not doing it?
because of the atmosphere, availability, and when I try to help people, I cannot afford to do that. So there are thousands of things holding me back. So eventually, I will start. I have started it, and I feel it's helping me to feel well, and I'm trying to contribute to the nations.
Yeah, but because I want to ask you one question, but before I ask you this question, I want to prefix it because we've been speaking about the environment, we've been speaking about people, but as I said, I'm an animal rights activist. I want to be their voice. So when it comes to their perspective, do you think that obviously if you're reducing, it means a great impact, and if eventually stop means amazing?
Yeah.
But on this process of reducing,
Yeah.
do you think that the animals care about this reducing? Do you think that they care about the fact that you're still making choices that exploit
No,
and kill them?
I totally agreed with you, to be very honest. We need to be more careful, more responsible, and we try to help each other and to spread out these voices. Then definitely we will be able to achieve in animal rights things.
So how many more animals should be exploited, killed for you from now on?
As less as I can.
What would that be? What would you wish for? 0 or more than 0?
Yeah, no, at least 2, 3 we have to do it, because in our religion we have to slaughter one animal.
Are you a Muslim?
Yeah, yeah.
So you're talking about what was it called?
One I
Eid,
prefer.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
so-
not Eid. It's a sacrifice.
But you don't have to. You don't have to slaughter an animal. You can choose to be compassionate to an animal and do another type of sacrifice. Like I know several people who are Muslims and vegan, and they don't sacrifice animals.
No, that's true, but it's a mindset. I believe so. I think we should, in life against life, it's in our religion. So when this thing happens thousands of years ago, the God has given taken the responsibility of sacrificing it. So it's now, for me it's very difficult, but definitely I will read more about it, what you are saying right now, and I will think about it in the future.
Okay,
Thank you so
let me
much
let me
for-
give you a card. Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah.
Can you just promise me you'll watch Dominion? It's a documentary that appears when you scan this QR code.
Definitely.
Thank you
Okay,
so
thank
much.
you. Bye-bye.
And until then, try to not consume any animal products, okay?
Thank
I appreciate you. Have a good one. I mean,
There's nobody there.
I don't know about that conversation. It's okay. It's okay. He was nice, you know. He agreed to everything. I can't do more than that. I can't force people into making choices. Oh, look at that golden retriever over there. You see them? You see them over here? Let me see if I can zoom. I can't zoom in the specific area. I can only zoom in the center. There's a beautiful golden retriever in the center there. It's so beautiful. I love golden retriever. What is a moral agent? Oh, Laura, I'm assuming you're not asking. Did he say he's supposed to sacrifice 2 animals a day? No, I think per year, he said, for aid and other stuff. Because he said his religion says so. It's also said that good people are swayed by an interpretation of a scripture in their religion. DJ Ara says, I completely agree with you, DJ Ara. That's why I dislike religion, because it takes advantage of good people. That's why I hate it so much, because people like this guy, who seems like an honestly good person, who seems like he's trying to change, you know, he's put in this position where he has to commit violence, or he thinks he has to. No. No, it's not nice. Whether you believe in a god or not, it's a different area. Whether you're a theist or not, it's a different case. I'm personally not a theist, as I said. I'm an atheist. But that, whether you're a theist or an atheist, at least you can agree that organized religion, no, it has done way worse than it has done good. Well, maybe throughout our history, it has done a lot of good, but nowadays, no, it's doing worse. Meat is how we came humans, Homo erectus. Our ancestors would slap you if here was here today. Okay, the planet of the apes. You know, your ancestors lived in a situation where they didn't have to choose between exploiting and killing an innocent animal or not. Your ancestors lived in a situation where it was survival every single day, where it was about how can I get partly my nutrition. A lot of the times they didn't even get enough calories throughout the day. So if your ancestors lived today and you would tell them, hey, what we're doing is we're taking an innocent animal, we're cutting their throat, we're bringing them into existence, we're raping them, and we're doing all of this to get something out of them. And we're doing this to them, to their babies, to everybody, to their whole lineage. We're doing all of this to them to get something we don't actually need. And in the process of doing so, not only are we harming the animal, we're harming the planet, we're harming ourselves. And we're creating a society where we're normalizing violence towards innocent sentient beings. And you tell your ancestors all that, and they would be like, I think they would be like, what the fuck? Because you're not doing it out of necessity. And that's the key here. You're doing it because you want. Your ancestors did it out of necessity. So just don't come up with this nonsense. And even if your ancestors, let's imagine just hypothetically speaking, your ancestors would be like, oh yeah, do that. Who cares? Who cares? Like literally, if my grandpa was a racist, he's my ancestor. Let's imagine he wasn't. But if my grandpa were to be a racist, and he's part of my ancestry, does that mean I have to be a racist? No, it doesn't. It doesn't mean anything, does it? If my great-great-great-grandpa supported some form of injustice, does that mean I have to support some form of injustice? No, it doesn't. None of it makes sense. Lol, who cares is a great statement. Yeah. If people stood up this much for people instead of animals, the world would be a better place, says Impala. I mean, Impala, you can stand up for people and I will support you for doing that. But I'm standing up for animals because I think the impact is far greater. You could save a lot more individuals this way. But that's not the only reason why I do it. It's also because, you know, you have so much of a bigger impact when it comes to animals. The responsibility lies solely on you for the choices that you're making. When it comes to humans, it's a little bit more complicated in a lot of situations. You know, it's a little bit more complex. We've created systems that contain exploitation of humans, and no matter how much we reject these systems, the exploitation seems to continue. So what can we do to humans is, yeah, we gotta go to protests. I do that. We gotta stand up for them. I do that. We gotta have conversations about it. I do that also sometimes. But, you know, that's as much as a responsibility as I can have about shit that's happening in the world to humans. If I personally am not directly supporting it, if I'm personally am not directly supporting it and I would have an option not to, then what it is that I can do other than, protest? I can't have conversations with people to tell them, hey, did you know that the people in, actually sadly Bangladesh, as I was speaking to this guy, that people in Bangladesh have such bad conditions, working conditions in some factories where they build phones and shit. Yeah, okay, what can I do about it? I don't know. Because if you buy from India, it's the same. If you buy from China, it's the same. Hey, you want to have a conversation with me? Are you okay being live on YouTube?
Just saw it, found it interesting here. Thought maybe we can have a chat.
Are you okay being live on YouTube?
Oh yeah, no problem.
What's your name?
My name is Paul.
Paul, nice to meet you. I'm Chip. 1 second. Nice. Where are you from, Paul?
Well, I live in Germany, but eventually I'm from Russia.
You live in Germany, but eventually you're from Russia. Paul, do you know what oppression is?
Oppression.
Yeah, it means cruel and unjust treatment.
Okay.
It's-
Some kind of like mobbing or something like that.
It's
Or
kind of
it's
like,
it's a different thing.
it's injustice, you know? Do you know what injustice
Yes,
is?
of course.
Yeah.
I'm a lawyer.
You're a lawyer. Love it. Love
Liar.
It.
So-
So, Paul, do you think we should be supporting injustices? If we had the option not to support an injustice, do you think we should be supporting injustices?
Well, I think we should be supporting kind of maybe it's a big word, but like an equal treatment of the personality
Yeah.
of the of the individual. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the core. And then again, if it is about being cruel, injustice or whatever, yeah. So
equal
it's not
treatment
only,
of humans,
it's,
right?
It's not only one thing which you it's a complex thing when society needs to basically to develop. I don't know whether it's a habit of the human beings, yeah, of you, of me, of all these guys. So that's like a philosophical part of it. Yeah.
Equal treatment of humans, correct?
Yes.
What if the human being in front of me is intellectually challenged? They don't realize that I could be mean to them or I could be a dick to them and I could benefit from it. Should I still treat them equally? Should I still-
Well, I mean, that's also the point, yeah. That's also the point that everyone. So we are not. You are not a god. You are not a judge. To judge.
Yeah.
So basically, and that's the principle. Because if you start deviating from that, whether it's just a complete animal, yeah, who killed someone or something like that, still.
Yeah.
It's a principle. That's why it's a basis.
So an innocent human being, if they're intellectually challenged, I should respect their rights, correct?
I mean, I think everyone writes. Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'll keep
like,
going a little bit.
Yeah.
What if they're hairy? They have hair all over their body. They're not.
Okay.
Should I respect their rights?
What's
They're intellectually challenged and hairy.
what's the point then? How are they different then with?
Well,
with
we
hairs?
judge people. We oppress people based on the color of their skin, right?
Well,
So-
not we, yeah, but it's some
But you know
people
what I-
do.
yeah,
Some people
yeah,
do. Yes.
yeah.
There are
So we should still respect their rights.
everyone.
Okay.
Everyone.
What if they're walking differently? They're not walking on two legs. Would that be? Should we still respect their rights?
And I mean, I just keep saying the same. Yes,
Yes, yes.
and yes.
Okay, I appreciate that. And here comes the kicker, because this is where most people start to deviate. Do you
Uh-huh.
think we should respect the rights of animals?
Well, I mean, I think it's a little bit probably tricky. Yes, just to answer yes, but I think there must be also again the rule book or something. Yeah, because animals are different anyway to us. Yeah, so because they are just different. They are just different. But I would say maybe just kind of a rule of also principles how we do that. But the answer is yes.
Yeah. So do you think we should be exploiting animals?
Well, I mean, I think it's how to say. I mean, it's a little bit strange question for me because I mean, it's just kind of a given that no.
No.
Because it's.
But do you think that when we farm them, we exploit them?
tricky question because on the one side, I mean, it's how to say, it's a food chain, yeah. At the end of the day, so it's like
What's the food chain?
We are a part of the food chain.
What's the food chain?
I mean,
Is the food chain to you that the powerful oppress the weak? Because if that's what it is, then it goes against also your idea of human rights, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's you're like
Yeah.
it's interesting. Let me think because I actually never thought what I would answer to this question. Yeah, no, I think I think there's a very thin line between just you as a human being and me as a human being because we need to feed ourselves because otherwise we die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we don't need to eat animals, by the way. Right? We don't need to feed ourselves using animals or animal products.
Agree. It could be also plants and all the stuff. I mean, it's just because probably it's me not being vegan that talks to me. That's why I'm just thinking it in that way. Yeah. Because probably if I was just following concept of just eating veggie and all the stuff, then probably I will immediately answer probably the way. How to say in the way that you think. Yeah.
But let me ask you this. What, in your opinion, what justifies killing an innocent animal for an optional product?
I think, well, I think it will sound really cruel, but the only, I don't know, I think, and it's like a bit of how to say that, it's like the only what could justify probably is if you are about to die without it.
Yeah, but that's why I called it optional product, right? If it's not a product that you need, if it's an optional
but
product.
then okay, I missed this word. Yeah, but then it's not, of course.
It's
you
not
cannot
justified.
justify. You cannot justify that.
So
I
then,
agree.
do you think that we are in this position, and when we are choosing to buy animal products, because as we said, you can be healthy without animal products. So when we buy animal products, we are paying for an injustice to kill animals for products we don't need.
I think yes. It's
So do you think that in order to be in line with your own values, you should be vegan?
It's probably yes, but I think again. I mean, it's not just a black and white type of things, yeah. Because at the end of the day, also you need to look into the medical part of that, yeah. And again, I mean, I'm not trying to justify the nutritional side of it.
I'm a nutritionist.
So if you because I like if you look into my kitchen, yeah, you will think that I'm cooking meth. How much supplements we do so, and by that we are decreasing this thing. But for instance, I mean, I am becoming vegan like seasonally.
But that's not vegan. Veganism is to animals what feminism is to women. Veganism means respecting animals' rights. I can't say I'm a feminist seasonally, right? I can't say I respect women's rights seasonally.
I agree.
So I'm assuming you say you eat some plant-based seasonally.
It's again medically not acknowledged, but how to say, it's for medical reasons. Let's put it this way.
You eat plant-based for medical reasons.
Yeah.
Well, why not eat only plant-based? Especially if it's for medical reasons right now, why not? Well, what's keeping you from just not being cruel to any animals?
Honestly, in this life, we all run. So it's how in this society, yeah. So you earn money, you go to work, and then actually, if I'm 42, yeah, and when you look into these past 42 years, I think probably it's maybe the second time when I question, when this question sits in my head. Yeah.
So you haven't really thought about it.
No. I have to be, to be honest. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Never thought, and it's just because of the rhythm of life.
We have other things.
Yeah.
Going
You
on.
just
I
and
get
then
that, yeah.
and.
But what do you think now? Like honestly, because now's your time to. I'm a nutritionist. I'm vegan, and I'm an animal rights activist. And I want to ask you, because what do you think the right thing to do going forward for you would be? Do you think if you continue to consume animal products, would that really be the right thing to do, or do you think you should go vegan?
No, I think it's you basically really planted the idea in my head. I will have a long drive back to Germany later today, and I think
Where in Germany, by the way?
Bonn.
Bonn.
Bonn, Cologne, Bonn, yeah.
Oh, Cologne. Next
So
Cologne, okay.
and yeah, I mean, I will definitely, you will not leave me. Yeah, so I will be,
Appreciate that,
I will be really thinking, and I mean, I would not, give promises, but I will really definitely have a very big thought, because it's like I actually now it's like world has changed a little bit, yeah, with because it's absolutely well known to everyone that in order to put chicken on the shelf, yeah, and eggs or whatever, it's sometimes also quite a terrible conditions that animals are
Even if
are
they had
being put
good
to.
con- even if they had good
even if they're
conditions,
good,
it's still
yeah,
killing
yeah,
them, right?
agree. So then again, and if you start thinking about it like that, well, then of course either maybe not immediately, but you will switch to
Yeah.
to this way of thinking. And I tell you, I think you are perhaps the second person I meet in my life who so I remember now long time ago I know a girl, yeah, so a woman, so she was basically kind of saying the same thing, why I should I cannot eat meat because I feel the things that animals experienced, yeah,
Yeah.
that they were killed. And I actually almost forgot about it, and now when we spoke with
It
you,
just
I
came
just
back to you.
like came back, and then now like this puzzle is matching, and yeah.
Let me ask you one final hard question. It's a hard one, okay? How many more animals should be exploited for you from now on? Should it be 0 or more than 0?
Well, I mean, the normal question will be answer will be 0,
Yeah.
because it's
I appreciate you. So let's do this, because I'm gonna help you out with this one. I'm gonna give you this card.
Uh-huh.
You have access to a nutritionist. It's called Challenge 22 for
Uh-huh.
free if you go there and subscribe. But just watch the minion or the most important speech you'll ever hear to learn about the practices, because it's very important to get to know what you're supporting. And do you think you can, until you watch this, you can adopt a plant-based diet? Maybe you watch it tonight, maybe you watch it tomorrow, and until then you don't consume animal products. You think you can do that?
yes, and my wife will also probably be very interested, because she's crazy about nutrition and
Fuck yeah, love
and
it.
all this.
Love
yeah.
it. I appreciate
Yeah.
you, man.
Nice to
Have
meet
an
you.
awesome day.
It's
You seem
really-
like a really smart guy. You
Thanks.
got to make changes. Only like a lot of people become so defensive when I have these conversations with them,
No, why?
because they feel bad about their
No,
choices.
it's like, okay. I mean, I'm like you need to be honest with yourself.
You need to
yeah?
be honest
because
with
it's a real thing, and
It is.
again, it's just thank you, yeah, because it's really like I didn't expect that it will be that type of conversation,
Okay,
obviously,
that's okay,
but
that's
it's
okay.
like okay, something really like, well, I mean, hey, people come here, talk to this guy. He's he's really like, okay.
I appreciate
ciao.
you, man. Have
Thanks
a
lot.
safe drive,
Yeah,
and
ciao,
cheers.
ciao, bye-bye.
Cheers. Hit that like, everyone, if you're enjoying the conversation. I'm getting pretty cold, by the way, everyone. My hand is, like, look at my hand. It's all dry and shit because of the wind. Good conversation. Good guy. Good man, says Alexandra. Yeah, another good one. Yeah, another good conversation. But sometimes I feel like good conversations are, I don't know, some days. Is it Thursdays that good conversations happen on Thursdays? I'm gonna try to have one more conversation, everybody, because as I said, pretty cold. I'm getting cold. I should have, I started wearing my other jacket, but I thought it's gonna rain, and the weather has completely bamboozled me. It has barely rained, it has been a little bit of sun, and it has been windy as shit. Completely bamboozled by the weather, completely bamboozled. That's why I came earlier, that's why I came here, all to skip the goddamn rain, and it hasn't rained. Sorry for the swear words for the people who are a bit more sensitive to that. I'm vegan, I love soy boys. JG, I don't know if you are vegan, but you know, if you are, that's awesome. Looking like rain now, says Martin. It looks like it. It's not raining though. It, it's it's all cloudy and stuff, but yeah. Soy sucks. Ah, brother. There's so many excellent soy products. I'm sure that I can give you some soy products that you wouldn't even know that they're soy and be like, holy shit, this is delicious. Woolen jumper. Where do you see a woolen jumper? Great conversations today. Yeah, a lot of open-minded people. Huh? We've been blessed today with a lot of open-mindedness. Let's not jinx it. Huh? Let's not jinx it. That's all tasteless. Well, the beautiful thing about products that are high in protein and are tasteless is that you can put whatever flavor you want on them, can't you? Tofu doesn't really have a specific taste on its own, although if you've been vegan for long enough, you kind of identify the taste. But if you put some spices and sauces on it, I love having metabolic dysfunction by being vegan. I love eating vitamins because my good diet doesn't provide. Yeah, I thought so, JG. I remember you're not vegan. I remember you saying nonsense like that. Can you substantiate your claims, JG, with some empirical evidence, please? I'm willing to listen, but you just gotta bring up some evidence for your claims. Otherwise, you know, anybody can say anything. If you don't have evidence for it, what even is the point? So, JG, can you please bring some evidence that veganism, that means respecting animal rights, causes metabolic dysfunction? And here, I'll even steelman your position and say that a plant-based diet causes metabolic dysfunction. Can you please provide evidence for that, JG? A PMID. A PMID, JG, please. I'm expecting a PMID. I'll give you 5 minutes, JG, and afterwards, you know, I don't like liars. So afterwards, JG, I'm gonna ask you to leave. Chip guy, I'll pay for a mail order bride. I got you. No, thank you. Let's be consensual over here, can we? I believe in consent. Why are you vegan? Because I believe exploiting and slaughtering innocent animals for optional products is wrong. Chip guy, oh, you already said that. What supplements you on? I mean, you know, just the usual after the gym, protein powder, as I did when I wasn't vegan also. B12, as I did when I wasn't vegan also. That's it. I have some protein bars from time to time, as I did when I wasn't vegan also. Your experience of life is ingrained by the Christian culture in the world and whatever. Hey, you want to have a conversation with me?
Sure.
Are you okay being live on YouTube?
Oh. Do we have to be live?
I mean, I'm live. Are you okay being?
Okay.
You want to come here so that you
Yeah.
meet? What's your name?
Daniel.
Daniel, I'm Chip. Nice to meet you.
Hi.
Where are you from, Daniel?
Amsterdam, actually.
Amsterdam. Love it. Daniel, I'm an animal rights activist. I fight for the
Okay.
rights of animals. Do
Yeah.
you think animals should have rights?
I definitely do.
You definitely do.
Yeah.
Love it. What rights at the top of your head would you say animals should have? If you don't know, I can ask you.
Well, I guess at least the right to live harm-free.
At least the right to live harm-free. Do you think animals should live free of human exploitation?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. But do you think that when we're farming them, we are exploiting them?
Yes, definitely.
Are you vegan?
I'm definitely vegetarian, and I try to really cut down on dairy, but I really love cheese. So
Yeah. But do you think that your love of cheese justifies the rape, exploitation, abuse, and slaughter that cows go
no,
through?
it doesn't.
It doesn't.
No.
So does that mean that when you buy cheese or
I feel
That-
guilty.
you feel guilty?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, because it's not good, right?
I know. Yeah.
I'm. So do you think that the right thing for you to do would be to go vegan then?
Definitely.
Definitely. And the only thing holding you back is your love of cheese?
And Nutella. You
And
know,
Nutella. But there's vegan Nutella. What do you mean?
Really?
Oh, Skalberheim. I don't know if it's the Nutella brand, but there's definitely plant-based Nutella.
But they have, I looked it up, and the Nutella, which is really my favorite, has milk. Everything has milk powder in it. So
So either Albert Heijn or Markt, you'll definitely find some good.
I'll definitely have a
some
look
Nutella.
and try
Yeah,
it if it's as good.
And if not, you can make it yourself. It's so easy to
Yeah,
make it
yeah.
yourself, right? It's just like put some peanut butter and some syrup and some cocoa, and that's
Yeah.
it. It's not even that difficult.
I'll give
but,
it a try.
But is any of this, because if none of this justifies it, right? Then do you really want to be the person who says my taste, pleasure, what I enjoy is worth more than the animal's life?
No, it doesn't. And as I said, I feel guilty. And if I'm completely honest, it's also a bit like the ease.
Yeah, the convenience it's right there.
If you
for
go
us.
to Albert Heijn, there's this many eggs, and the vegan,
It's less.
it's like this. You have to look for it.
But we do have them. That's the
know.
thing about it, isn't
But
it?
it's the I'm there and I don't enjoy the shopping very much, and I need eggs, and so it's the ease. It's the
But let me put it this way, because you're right. You always probably buy the same products. You already
Yeah.
know where to go. It's just a little mind shift for, I don't know, maybe a month until you get used to it. And afterwards, you do the same thing.
Yeah.
It's just you go to a different place, isn't
I
it?
know.
And in that position, you're no longer exploiting animals.
I know this is actually my job, training people in how to move into new behavior.
Oh,
But,
so, so you gotta practice what you preach, don't you?
Exactly.
So I'll ask you this one last
Yeah.
question, and I'll let you go. How many more animals should be exploited and killed for you from now on?
Yeah, preferably none, of course.
I mean, going vegan.
Okay.
Let me give you this card. I have a card right here. So there's a thing here called Challenge 22.
Yeah.
They hook you up with a nutritionist. They send you recipes every day. They help you adopt a plant-based
Oh.
diet for free. If you will need some help. But there's a documentary here called Dominion, and I think what you'll enjoy is the most important speech you'll ever hear.
Okay.
Can you
I'll have
promise?
a
Can you
look.
give me? You'll watch one of those.
I'll definitely have a look.
And until then, can you adopt a plant-based diet until you watch it?
I'll try.
Okay, that's all I can help for. you know?
I'm already
Let's try.
trying, but there's like, yeah.
Try it, and
I'm
you'll
not
see.
there
You see
100%.
what I mean. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy
Have an
the
awesome
talk.
day. Yeah. You have also
It's
my
so
social
cute.
media.
All right, thank you.
Have a good one. Cheers. Everyone, I think that's it. I said one more conversation. I'm getting cold. Tomorrow it will be better. Tomorrow it will be better. The great conversation just keep coming today. Yeah, DJ Ara. If I weren't so damn cold. Also, I'm gonna work. I'm gonna release a short today. It's gonna be an interesting short. I'm actually having a little bit of fun, everyone, with the shorts and the stuff. If you guys don't know, thank you for being here. I hope you're following me on this, to subscribe to this. And if you don't know, in the description of the stream, I actually put my other channel. It's called Chip Guy Clips. And every conversation that I had today, every conversation that I've had, well, for a couple of days now, a week, I've been recording them with my other camera. I have my other camera here, and I post them there. Every single conversation, unedited. Well, only cut from the moment that they say their name and all the way to the end. And I post all of these conversations there. And if you don't want to stick around to these streams, maybe you're busy, maybe you don't like the time that I'm doing them, whatever it is, you can also have them there. Maybe you want to share one conversation with somebody, maybe you're like, oh, this was a good conversation and I know a friend who has the same arguments and you want to share it with them. All of them will be there. Loving the clip, says DJ Ara. Thank you. I don't always reply to comments there, and I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want to. It's just that, honest to God, I gotta leverage something, So that's kind of where I'm at. W Chip, W Vegans, W Chat. Thank you, Laura. That's it. W for all. W's all around. Bro, that's the first step. We've got much bigger issues. Daniel H., there's a thing in logical fallacy, an informal fallacy called what is it? Fallacy from relative privation. It's essentially when somebody speaks about an injustice as an issue and somebody else comes with this idea of, well, there's bigger things, there are more important things in this world. Sure, maybe you can think that, but to the victims of this injustice, that's the most important part to them, right? To the victims of any injustice, that's the most important part. And how do you really measure how important an injustice is? Do you measure by how many victims? Because if you measure by how many victims, this injustice is the worst. If you measure by the sheer amount of, the sheer the quality of the injustice, this is the worst, because we're exploiting and slaughtering them. We're like, it's fucked up what we do to them. So if you just say that it's more, there's other more important issues because they they're they're about individuals that I care about, that wouldn't really be fair, would it? Obviously, an injustice happening to my family would be the biggest injustice that I would care about, but that doesn't mean that every single person in this world should be speaking about that injustice, should they? So, it's important that we speak about all injustices. And for that matter, it's important that we don't participate in it if we have the option not to. So, go vegan. Don't participate in this injustice. Don't be those people. Carrots have rights too, though. Yeah, carrots are not sentient, but Chip Guy is one of the front lines, changing lives one step at a time. That's what I'm trying, Junebug. He will be remembered as one of the greats. I don't know if that will be the case, but either way, doesn't really matter. When I die, who cares who remembers me? It's a nice idea for people to think about. Like it's soothing to think that after death, people will think about you or something. It somehow makes death feels less bad. Doesn't really matter. I'll be gone. Everybody else will continue, and the world will move on. I just hope that with my time here on Earth, with my existence, then I can at least change some lives for the better. When I was young, I was thinking around the age of 60, and when I was, when it's that time when you want to ask yourself, what is it that I'm going to do with my life today? What is it? Like, because you got to go to college, right? So, well, you don't have to, but I wanted to go to college. So I was asking myself, what do I want my future to be? And, I did the thing that was easiest. I did math and, well, easiest to me, math and, computer science. That's what I did, math and computer sciences college. That was the easiest to me to do because I was inclined towards that. But yeah, some people join a gang, Junebug, that's true. But, as I was thinking through that whole process of who I want to be, where I want to be at, obviously I also had a fuck ton of hormones running through my veins and no form of logical thinking, or not good enough to actually deal with all those emotions that I was having. But one thing that I did realize, and I remember because I saved the pigeon with my sister when we were really young, and that was one of the things that actually made me feel really good. Saving people, saving lives, whatever. So that's one of the things that I personally wanted to do. Was I said, if my existence until I die, I end up saving one person, one animal, whatever it is, then my existence here has had a good purpose, has had a good vibe. So I like doing this. That's the reality. I like speaking to people about this. I like fighting against this injustice. So regardless of whether I'm going to be remembered or not, I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I fuck with that, Chip. Yeah, it's kind of insane that because I don't know how you guys were, but I started questioning death from a very, very young age because I was surrounded by it, So, my grandpa died. Some people died. I don't know. Whatever. Weird situation. I'm not gonna go into that. But I'm just saying, I thought about it, and then I thought, what would I want out of it, and logically, I came to that conclusion. So if you guys want to have some form of meaning in your life, I'll tell you what, that nothing gives you more meaning than fighting injustice. Nothing gives you more meaning than helping people. Nothing gives you more meaning than helping animals. Nothing. All of it just gives you fuck ton of meaning. Hey, Jem Lettuce, nice to hear you. Nice to have you here. So, of course, I'm also in a privileged position to do this, and I can afford to do it, right? Not everybody can afford to do it as much as I do. But even doing it once a week makes a huge difference, makes you feel good, makes a big difference in the world. So, consider being activists, everyone. It really does help everyone. But I am in work. I am working. I have a couple of meetings and with people who are financially well endowed, and I'm hoping to create a system where we could have paid activists. That would be amazing, so that you don't have to worry about this. You can live your life and fight for the animals. And the more we do, the better the world changes and the better it is for everyone. That's the reality. But we'll see. IDK says, leave people alone, dork. Hey, I just hold a sign. People come to me, brother. We're all about consent here. I even ask people if they're okay being live on YouTube. Gemnetta says that would be amazing. Yeah, Gem, I also agree. That would be amazing. I agree with you. But you know, I think there's a lot of benefiters who would want to participate in something like this. But one thing we need from our side is, like the activist side, is we need good numbers. We need good, how should I put this, attendance, right? We need consistency. We need good numbers. So, but we'll see. I don't have anything yet. I'm just, it's literally at the beginning of it. So we'll see. You need to be saved by Jesus. No, thank you. No, thank you. But you know, Tarhilk, if you believe in that, you know, as long as you don't use your religion to justify oppressing women, trans people, gay people, or animals, hey, believe in whatever you want. Far be it from me to judge it. Just don't use your belief system to oppress others, okay? Where do the benefiters you talk to get their money? Do you check their ethical background or do you just take their money? Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe I should do a check. Maybe I should check their background, yeah. There's a couple of them that I know where they get their money, and it's, well, you know, still a capitalist system, but otherwise, yeah, there's nothing unethical behind it. There are some of them who are, I don't know. There are some of them who I don't know. I'm trying to think. There are some of them who I don't know well enough about it, and there are some of them who I just don't know who they are. Like I can't speak to them. I just know they have front-facing people who I can speak to. It's kind of like that. So that's why it's a little bit more complicated to speak about. But yeah, that's a good point. I should thank you for saying that, because I should indeed look at it. Look at you. How could you convince anyone it's healthy? Says Sure. I mean, you know, thank you for looking at my appearance and assuming I'm unhealthy based on my appearance. I'm actually a pretty healthy person. Considering my genetics, I'm actually doing way better than my father was, or than my mother did. Martin, thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate the support. Thank you, Martin. Oh, Martin, you do so much. You come in here, you always comment, you moderate, and now you donate. Thank you. Well, there are animals we don't eat. Yeah, we shouldn't be eating any animals. We should be respecting all of them, because we can choose not to. We can choose to not eat them. Chip guy gets down there, firing strays out here. The golden rule is the only thing I take from religion. But that said, I believe it probably predates most religions. It does, DJ Ara. Golden rule is not a religious thing. Religions use it, but it predates the religion, yeah. Yeah, double is for Martin. Thank you, Martin. Just enjoy life, man. Don't need to preach. Enjoy life. 012. What if enjoying life for me is preaching? Huh? I'm enjoying life, man. But I just like fighting injustice. I hate injustice. I like speaking to people, like having these logical conversations with them. So I'm doing my best. What do you mean? Preach Jesus? I don't believe in magical. Even if Jesus did exist as a person, I don't believe Jesus was anything but a person. I'm sorry. There's no evidence to claim that Jesus was anything more than a person. So if you believe Jesus was more than a person, fuck it. Believe that. Go ahead. I don't care. Believe that. As I said, as long as you don't oppress women, trans people, gay people, or animals, because that's usually what the individuals who Christians oppress, and I don't care. Dancy Steve, if you ask the question, I don't see it. You said it's a theoretical question. Rocking the boat can be fun. Yeah. Worms have rights too, and they eat vegetables. Okay. Can I eat meat in front of you? Dylan, I don't know what you think that will accomplish. That will just make... I'll just see you as a... Ooga booga, I eat meat in front of vegan. Makes me feel good about my choice. Ooga booga, ooga booga, ooga booga. See, I pay for violence. Ooga booga, ooga booga. Vegan feels upset because I paid for violence. I exploited and slaughtered innocent animals. And ooga booga. Come on. Who cares? Eat what you want. I'm here to... If you're not gonna respect animals and you're gonna disrespect animals on my back or in front of me, I'm not gonna like seeing it, but it's not gonna make a difference, is it? You care though? Well, I care about injustice, Dylan. I don't care about animals, humans, or just individuals in general. I mean, I do care what I mean. I'm saying I don't, but I don't. I do. It's just the injustice. Alexandra, that's why you're here, Alexandra. Ooga booga, ooga booga. Dylan is a caveman, yeah. Let's see. Let's hear some really bad vegan arguments, everybody. Let's hear some things against veganism. Junebug says we have real problems here. What's the problem, Junebug? Come on, everybody. Tell me, why is it that you're not vegan? Why is it that you think it's okay to oppress animals? Your bacon sucks, okay? Your bacon sucks. Okay? Stop talking to me like that, okay? I cannot eat plant-based bacon. The taste is just a little bit different, so I have to cut the throat of a pig. I have to put them in the gas chambers. I have to. I don't want to. I have to, you see? Otherwise, how would I get my little bit of bacon in my muscle and chew it up and be like, yum, 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 yum. It's so funny, you don't understand how happy that makes me. Yeah, well, maybe they're cleansing. It's not have to, it's a choice. It is, it's true. But they always claim like, I have to. I don't like plant-based bacon. Therefore, it's okay to gas a pig. Put them in a gas chamber because they were born in a way that I think that they should be gassed. Look at this VM. It tastes good and animals can't talk, so I don't care. Yeah, I mean, if the humans who cannot talk tasted great, VM would be in favor of killing them. That's good, VM. You're a great person. I'm timed out, says Zola. I mean, you said this, so you're probably not. I chosen to stop, and I chosen to eat beef again. I don't know if English is your main language, but you chose to stop and you chose to exploit and slaughter cows again. Why? Why would you choose to exploit and slaughter cows again, huh? Like, what did the cows ever do to you that you treat them like objects and you take away their life? It's kind of a dick move, isn't it, huh? I'm just saying. Animals and humans do not equate, says VM. Oh yeah, animals and humans do not equate. No, what does that mean? They just don't equate, brother. What does that mean? They don't equate. It means if you're an animal, I can do whatever the fuck I want to you, okay? But humans are animals too. Yeah, but animals and humans don't equate. What does that mean? And we end up in this recursion. Thank you. Animals don't make art. Oh, VM. Well, luckily, I don't make art. A lot of people don't make art. But you're right. The people who don't make art and are mute, like, which are way less, right? The people who are mute and don't make art, you're right. We should put them in gas chambers, shouldn't we? And then eat their flesh. VM. I see your point, VM. It means nothing. It's kind of a dumb point, but I see your point. Remember to like, sub, and comment, yeah. Nope, you're just conflating humans with animals. No. These two are humans, and you see this little... Look, that's an animal, you see? That over there is an animal. I don't know if you see them. You see this little dog? That's an animal, and all these other beings are humans. I'm not conflating them. I know who's who. I just don't think I should be cutting the throat of that dog because I want some dog bacon in my tummy. Or should I put that dog into a gas chamber because I want some dog bacon in my tummy? No, thank you. That's a slippery slope. That's a logical fallacy. No, the slippery slope logical fallacy implies that saying it's exactly the irony. Just the dude is that you made the slippery slope fallacy because the slippery slope fallacy is when somebody says that something is a slippery slope, and thus you should not do it. What exactly? And you said it's a slippery slope, which is so funny because that's exactly the fallacy that you are committing. It's funny. I actually found that it was a teaching of devils according to the Bible to abstain for meats. Oh, yes, the devil. The devil is the one telling you to be nice to animals. God, the compassionate one, is telling you, fuck those animals, cut their throats, put them in gas chambers for optional products. But the devil, the evil one, will be like, no, stop. That's wrong. You're right. Why did God create animals then? God did not create animals, brother. Because there is no God. But, if you want to believe that an all-compassionate, all-powerful being created animals and gave them the capability to feel pain, also that you can inflict that pain on them, yeah, your logic isn't logicking over there, is it? Because that would mean your God is no longer compassionate. Because no compassionate individual would bring somebody into existence and have them feel pain only so that you can inflict that on them. Nope. It's as simple as that. Love the voices this morning. Help me wake up. Casey, I appreciate you, yeah. You don't believe in God? Well, there's no evidence for God, so why would I believe in God? What evidence is there other than your sacred book? None. Why would I believe in God? It's so funny to me when people say that. If there is no God, then what's your epistemic justification for truth? Oh. Okay. If there is no God, there is no truth. What do you mean? Well, if there is no God, then truth doesn't exist. What? Well, what? How does that make sense? I don't get it. Like some, it's a non sequitur. It means it's literally. The truth is my preference. Just a dude. The truth is my preference. It's so funny, just a dude, because were you the one who also said about the slippery slope and called it a fallacy while making the slippery slope fallacy? And now you're saying the truth is my preference, while at the same time you're the person who, based on preference, saying it's okay to exploit and slaughter animals. Oh wow, the irony is insane, but that's the beauty of it, isn't it? The smarter person ever says that you should believe. Oh, an appeal to authority. If the smartest person ever says it, then it must be true. Because, the smartest person ever said it. Who? I would say maybe Einstein was the smartest person ever, and Einstein was not a believer. This is what happens when you don't get enough protein, says Midair. Well, I got 300 grams of protein yesterday, Midair, so I don't know, man. 300 grams of protein is a lot. I don't think you get even 250 grams of protein per day. But that's okay. You make assumptions. And, in order to justify RSBAMF says 300 grams is too much. Yeah, well, I have days when I eat a lot, so it's roughly still 25 to 30% of my intake. So what is the answer to the question of what is the whole point of life, thriving on a planet with no purpose? There's no purpose to life. What do you mean? There's no purpose to life, or even if there were, it's not like the purpose to life is Like, even if, let's put it this way, even if God existed and God said that your purpose to life is for you to, is a test so that when you die, you either burn in hell or go to heaven. Because that's right, that's what religions kind of say the purpose to life is. It's a test. Isn't that a really fucked up thing? Isn't that such a, that's the most fucked up thing about religion, by the way. That in order, in like, instead of you enjoying life, they tell you it's a test. And all the things that you could enjoy, sex before marriage. No, no. Consensual, doesn't matter. If you don't have the contract that you will live with this person forever, if you don't have the contract, nope, you'll burn in hell. No contract, burn in hell. But I'm 16-year-old and I just developed, I gotta do something. Not allowed to touch your wiener, not allowed to masturbate. No. It's so funny. It's just, religion is stupid. Anyway, I'm getting colder and colder. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Nobody's bringing up vegan arguments, and I'm here to speak up for the animals. So thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Leave animals alone. Be vegan. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a 3-minute video in the description of this stream. You'll understand what I'm talking about. Wait, I heard somebody says, sex before marriage is inefficient to producing loving relationships. Mateo rules. Actually, we have studies showing that masturbation and sex before marriage actually does help relationships thrive. But you know, you do you. You believe what you want to believe. Don't believe the empirical evidence. Believe that one book, because that one book says the truth. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Be vegan. Don't be violent. We have this. This contest on our channel, that every time somebody comments first on the stream, they get a shout out. And if I'm not mistaken, the last person who was first was Tone, right? If I'm not mistaken, Tone was first, Draculum second, and Martin third. So I want to give a shout out to Tone, Draculum, and Martin. Thank you so much for being there. And thank you so much for everything, for all the support and everything that you do, also in the chat and everywhere. Let me give another special shout out to, Laura became a member. Thank you so much, Laura. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for becoming a member. And Martin, thank you so much for all the help and the donation. I appreciate you. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow, I'm gonna dress up better. The weather's not gonna bamboozle me. I'm pretty sure it's gonna start raining when I bike, by the way, because that's just the type of weather that we're gonna get. Do you do live debates? Yeah, I do. Just a dude. If you want to debate me, contact me on Instagram. You have my channel over there. Send me a private message on Instagram. We can schedule it, or drop a comment right on this stream, or hell, go to my channel and drop a comment on any video and say, hey, I want to debate you live. We can schedule it, and no problem there. Okay, we'll schedule it. Thank you so much, Iboroda. Thank you so much for the 3, I don't know what that is, SGD, but thank you. See you in the next one. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, what is SGD? I don't know what it is. Anyway, thank you so much, everybody. I'll see you in the next